Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled show with Big Ray and Ed's College Football Week 2. Let's go in.
Bam. All right, boys and girls, College Football Week 2. Before we get into the slate and the episode, Big Ray,
make sure to subscribe, join the membership, purchase your merch right there below. And
link is in the description for the merch as well as the membership.
So if you ask to join the membership, it's right there in the description.
All right, Big Ree, what a week one. Unbelievable week one to the season, the start of college football. We've been saying all along this is going to be the best year ever, the biggest year ever in the Don't Get Fooled show, but I don't even think we could have expected this kind of weekend.
That was amazing.
16-3 on the weekend, including 12-1 on the member-only videos.
Yeah.
And so what that means is, boys and girls, join the membership
today.
Right now. Pause the video. Join the membership. Do not sleep on the money train. You already slept on week one, and everyone's like, oh, well, it's going to happen again. You don't know when those kind of weeks are going to happen again. That weekend is going to set up the whole bankroll. Definitely set up my bankroll. Big Ree, I saw your tickets. People were sending us DMs, some of the members, of how much they made and stuff like that. So it was an unreal weekend. Obviously, the goal is to hit that every week and just continue to build, but what a start. What a start. Oh, man. That Utah game. I just keep thinking about the Utah game, Big Ree.
Yeah.
The Utah game that we had against Utah against Florida.
Yeah.
And you said a low-scoring game, 24 to 13. And it ended up being 24 to 11.
Yeah.
And you just had it right on. Yeah. And that wasn't omen because that was a Thursday game.
Yeah, you got to give them the Thursday game. You know, everyone's hyped the first day, and I really liked that game.
And you had the under, and so 2-0 on that game just started off. I knew there was going to be a good week.
Yeah,
I knew based on that game.
We got to set the vibes.
And then the Alabama game, that was a double because I had the spread and you had the over. And so, what a weekend! All the teasers hit, all the money line plays hit. All the teasers, all the bonus picks hit. Yeah. And the only members-only pick, 12-1, the only one that didn't hit was the upset pick. It was an upset pick that we picked, UTSA. But everything hit. What a juicy weekend. I'm always saying juicy weekends. And I even said that in the members-only video. I said, hey, week one, you can eat usually is one of those week 1 and 2 or usually one of those weeks that you can just destroy it. And it ended up working out, and everybody that jumped on the membership early really cleaned up.
For sure, yeah.
Really cleaned up. I know after we put that video up, the memberships just went out the roof, bro. It was crazy the last few hours that the memberships went up. But join the membership. You're going to get bonus picks, bonus videos, and we're going to do our best. We're going to continue to keep the momentum going for week 2. A quick recap of week 1, Big Ree. I think the big talk out of the college football world is Colorado, Deion Sanders.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think I didn't expect that. I'll say that, me at least. Maybe a fight, but I did not expect a 21-point dog to win on the road, especially with this team just having one win. Of course, he's brought so many recruits in, but just the way he talks to the team is everything. Like, a lot of people are writing, they literally run through a wall for him if their coach talks to them like that. And this guy, I mean, he's going to turn it around. And I think they're the second most tickets to win it all.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be crazy if they did, and I'm rooting for them. That'd be what a story that would be. I mean, I don't think anybody predicted they were going to win here, right? We had this pick in our teaser, right? The only thing that I thought was like, hey, you guys know last year I was not a big fan of TCU. They got exposed. They gave up 65, and they lost their best 2 receivers, their QB, their running back, all that, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a huge surprise because TCU is not one of those programs year in and year out that has those, just high chip, blue chip recruits 5 stars every year. They're not, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge surprise, but I don't think anybody saw this. I thought they could keep it interesting, but kudos to Dion, the program. There's a lot of hype, but like you got to keep it up now. That's the same thing with us. We go 16-3. That's just more hype, more pressure, right? Like that's just the expectations are higher. So hopefully they can keep it up, right?
I just like this press conference, calling everyone out, not being ashamed, and calling everyone out.
You know, you got to respect that, and he deserves to do that, right?
For sure, 100%.
Like people talk trash to you, and now you have the opportunity. He might not get it. They might lose this week, and then what? He has nothing to say. So when you have the opportunity, take it. Rule of thumb, life lesson, when the opportunity is on the table, you know, when something is hot, and jump on it, literally. Do not wait. You know, I've learned in life, sometimes you think, oh, that opportunity is going to be there tomorrow or next week. And this can be related to, you know, talking trash, to a job opportunity, to a relationship, to a lot of different things. You know, don't expect that thing to just be there. So when the opportunity is there, don't think twice. That's what I got to say. And kudos to Dion. You know, top 5, Alabama won easily, Michigan won easily, Georgia won easily, USC, they won easily. So nothing major. Obviously, there's a big upset. Texas State beat Baylor. Yeah. They were a 26-point dog. Yeah. Obviously, Colorado was a 21-point dog.
Yeah, that's.
So 2 20-plus dogs won in the first week. So those are huge. Just exciting. I mean,
for sure.
I think college football, I want to say in the last maybe 5-6 years, this is the most hype in a while. A lot of action. A lot of people are talking. It's fun.
The Pac-12 went undefeated. I think that's the first time in a while.
Really? I didn't get that stat. That's nice. Pac-12 is just stacked with QBs.
Yeah.
Stacked.
You think there's any way they can go back to the Pac-12 and get these schools back? Like if it's a good year?
I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's just too much money going on, Diggory.
Yeah, money talks.
Money talks, and that leads me to the next thing. The whole doozy of Spectrum Internet, Spectrum TV. They are not showing ESPN and ABC and some other channels, so half the games are blacked out.
You have ABC.
I have it. I have Spectrum, and I was pissed.
The USC game this weekend's on Fox. They're cutting off Fox, too. FXX.
Are you kidding me?
You're having half of.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You're gonna have to cut off Spectrum, bro.
I was already like, hey, ESPN was blacked out. ABC 7, Pac-12 network. I was so pissed.
Oh, Pac-12 too?
Yeah, Pac-12. The UCLA Coastal Carolina game.
Oh man. Oh, that was the ESPN though, I think.
Oh, that's right. That was ESPN. So I was going to call Spectrum and say, hey, give us a credit, something like that, or say, hey, threaten to shut it off and go to YouTube TV or something.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got busy. But now you're telling me the SC game is, this is ridiculous. Everybody knows
it's all about negotiations with these guys.
It's all about the money, right? Yeah. And there's all this money involved in these deals,
and
TV deals.
ESPN is probably asking for a ridiculous deal, or Disney, whatever.
Disney owns ESPN.
You want to refer that to them as Disney's probably asking for a ridiculous deal after they paid Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and probably Stephen A. and now Shannon Sharp.
You're right. That's what it is. They're paying all these analysts and they're paying, for all these networks to be able to have the rights, and now they're trying to charge up and recoup from the TV providers. But I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah. You're so hyped for college football. NFL's coming up in a few days, and then ESPN shut off ABC 7.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. They better figure it out. So otherwise, Spectrum's going to lose a lot of customers quickly, and I'm going to be one of them. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm so hyped. We're going to keep the train rolling. I cannot reiterate. Jump on the membership, boys and girls. There's a thank me button if you guys want to thank Big Ree and Ace. Throw out, a tip out there. All the hard work. We appreciate it. Let's get into the best segment of the show, Big Ree. You have anything else you want to throw in on the recap?
No, it was just a good week watching college football. First week, everything was good. I mean, obviously, Colorado was the highlight of the week, and that's pretty much it.
Real quick on Colorado. Do you think they can? Do you think they can win the whole thing?
I mean, if they win the Pac-12, in my opinion, that's a win for them.
I think that's huge. I agree. I think that's huge.
Their over/under was 3.5 wins. Now everyone, so
3.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're already 25% there.
Yeah, but who knows, man? Who knows what's going to happen? That was a wild game.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be exciting to watch, right?
I mean, I don't have the game this week, but it's going to be a good game. And I heard somewhere on the TV that the cheapest tickets are $348 to get in.
So that's in Colorado.
Yeah, we were thinking about going to the USC game, and we were complaining about $200.
That's going to be like $500-600.
Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
That's for sure. And kind of back to what the life lesson is. You want to do something, do it, jump on it. We're going to probably have to pay double.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, when you take a trip with the boys and you're trying to go to a game or you're trying to take a trip to an international destination or whatever it is, you guys know how it goes. Trying to get 5 or 6 people on board to pay is not always an easy task. And so now when the prices have gone up to $500-600 for Colorado, plus the cost of airfare or a road trip, plus the cost of hotel and food.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's going to be on it, Big Ree.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll just play it by ear.
We'll see. I know Javi's always down. Yeah. Shout out to Javi. He's always down for
the road trip.
But all right, let's get to the BS segment, Big Ree, the most entertaining segment of the show. All the viewers love the BS segments. The BS segment, everybody loves it. Let's kind of get on to the BS segment. I'm going to kind of defer to you, Big Ree, because I was actually, not going to get into details, but family emergency, so I had to be out of town. And so I don't have too much good stuff to talk about. Let's see what happened. What's up with you, Big Ree? How was the weekend? I know you had some stuff going on.
Amazing weekend. Obviously we talked like the best weekend because it was a 3-day weekend.
3-day weekend.
That's number
Labor
one.
Day.
Labor Day was amazing. Nothing like
that's already a W. Like that's exactly. A W already.
Nothing like just laying on the sofa watching football all day. And then Saturday, I had a big day coming up on Sunday, which I'll talk about. I took a trip to the grocery store, and everyone's like, yeah, you probably went to the regular grocery store. But no, I went to Vallarta.
Vallarta supermarket.
Most people are going to be like, what the hell is this?
That's local to the Southern California area, I believe, California right? Vallarta. I love Vallarta, by the way. I love Vallarta.
It's a local Mexican, Latino market.
Hispanic market.
I went there to get all my snacks. I got my guac.
Okay, you got your guac.
Avocado salsa.
What else?
And I got my big agua fresca, like the big jug.
The big old jug of agua fresca.
Big jug. Nothing like that. Doing the shopping. I wanted to get my fish tacos from the deli, but they were out.
They were out of the fish tacos? Yeah. Those fish tacos are fire, Big Ree.
Yeah.
I've got those probably, not maybe a handful of times there.
Yeah.
Wow. So you went to Vallarta. Did you get any ceviche?
They were out too. I was like, where the hell is this?
Are you kidding me? That's one of their best items.
Yeah.
How are they out of the ceviche? I think $9.99 a pound of ceviche.
Something like that.
Damn.
I think they might have had it. I just didn't get it because I had the salsa and everything.
Oh, you already got the salsa and the guac.
Salsa and the guac. So I was like, there's no point of getting this ceviche.
Nothing like, you can't get too excited about a grocery store unless you're going to Vallarta.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff at Vallarta, guys.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Did you get anything from the Pandaria?
Yeah, of course. Okay. I was just going to get to that.
Okay, get into that.
I got some. I was going to buy the churros, but they just look so dry, no cinnamon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've probably tried the churros there for sure, but like there's a lot of places to get churros.
Yeah, exactly.
On that note, before I forget, shout out to Horchataria. There's a few locations in the LA area. They make the fresh churros. Yeah. Fresh churros and some fresh coffees and stuff. That place is legit.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's no Don Abel. Don Abel, if you want churros and you're in LA, hit up Don Abel's truck in East LA.
Yeah.
But okay, back to the Pandaria.
I don't know what everything is called, but I did buy some stuff. But
okay.
Yeah.
Some of those, they're like what? Now, but they've increased the prices.
Yeah, drastic. That's why I didn't get that much.
How much are they? Like $5 for $4?
I paid like $129 for each item.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, wow.
I remember back in the day, they were $4 for $1.
Yeah.
$4 for $1.
Yeah.
4 for $1, and that's not like, hey, long time ago. They were, maybe 3 for $1 just within the last few years.
COVID made everything go up.
Yeah, prices got up.
Everything.
But those are, you get those fresh?
Yeah.
Just go, I can't, honestly, I don't even make it out of the parking lot without eating one. I just don't. Sure. I can't make it out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
You have the bag and then boom, that's it. Those things are so soft. Once you take a bite, it's done. It's like a donut. It's done.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So then Sunday, I had my fantasy draft. That's why this is what I bought everything for.
Oh, so you got
everything
for the fantasy draft.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I was like to one of my friends, "Are you hyped for the fantasy draft?" He's like, "Kind of." I was like, "What the hell you mean kind of?" I was like, "You gotta be hyped. Otherwise, you gotta be lit like this. You gotta be hyped."
That's what's up, Big Ree. I love it. I freaking love this.
Got it. It's like having a football. The draft, like I said last time, the draft is the most biggest part. Half of the league, everyone's talking shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a smack talk and all that. Did my draft. I did all right.
How'd you do? Who was your number 1 pick?
I had the 6th pick. What do you think?
Well, I'm guessing 6th pick. You're taking a running back.
I did not take a running back or wide receiver.
You took Josh Allen.
No, I'm not that stupid.
Who'd you take then?
So I was debating on this, but I took Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, tight end?
Yeah, he's an automatic touchdown every week.
I mean, I guess you secure the best tight end, right?
So it's kind of like hard because I took a tight end, and then you have to manage the receivers and running backs in the later rounds.
Yeah.
So I'm a little thin at receiver, but I got Kelce. Everyone was saying I made the right move. I was debating between him and Nick Chubb.
Okay. I mean, I like that. I think Deshaun Watson's going to do a lot more this year to take away a little bit from Chubb. Okay, so who'd you get second? Okay, first of all, who went first overall?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson?
Yeah. It's PPR, so,
okay, so PPR.
A lot of receivers are going.
Who went number 2?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. So the receivers is PPR.
Receivers are going all high.
Got it,
even
okay.
Even in regular.
Who was the first running back taken? Chubb?
Christian McCaffrey.
Wow, McCaffrey. I mean, you got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
What about who was your second round pick?
We got a USC Trojan here, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You took St. Brown from Detroit.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Wow, that's pretty legit. So how do you feel on 1 to 10 from your team?
About a 7. I mean, last year I felt like a 2, but it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Yeah. You're a GM of the team. That's how you got to manage.
Absolutely. It's not just what you draft. You have to manage the lineups each week. You have to be able to pick up some players. So give us your quick rundown of your squad.
So my quarterback is Dak, unfortunately. I wanted Trevor Lawrence.
But Dak will give you points in fantasy.
I was 3 picks away from Trevor Lawrence, and the guy took him.
Honestly, Dak might be a better fantasy player than Trevor Lawrence.
So my receivers are my starting receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahan Dotson, as I mentioned in one of the members-only video. He's going to have a big year.
Okay, Dotson.
So my running backs are Najee Harris and Kenneth Walker from the
Seattle. Okay, well, Seattle draft.
Yeah, that was a risky
pick. That's tricky,
pick.
But okay.
So with Pete Carroll, I got Cam Akers at the flex.
Okay, that's
obviously
solid.
Travis Kelce, a tight end.
Yep.
And my bench, I got Christian Kirk, Romeo Doubs, Damian Harris, Sky Moore. I think he's gonna have a breakout year.
Sky Moore could be a breakout candidate
as well. And then I forgot, there's a couple. Jared Goff is my backup.
Goff. Okay, that's not a bad backup for sure.
Yeah. So I drafted him just in case.
Who's your defense?
Broncos.
That's okay. So you got a nice defense. You got a nice tight end.
Yeah.
I like Dak as your QB. I think that's solid. Your running backs, you said Najee Harris. I think he's gonna have a good year.
I hope so. I'm a little nervous on him.
Your receivers are. I mean, you're banking on Dotson and Ross. Those are the ones that.
St. Brown's gonna have a big year. I'll say that.
I mean, you know more than me on that. On the fantasy stuff, I'm not too much of a fantasy guy when it comes to football, but
yeah.
All right, so that. I mean, I love the passion for the draft. I mean, you know, when it comes to watching the NBA draft, the NFL draft, I go all out every year.
Yeah.
Every year, I'm off at home an hour early, got all my food, chips, everything, the dessert ready for both of those. So now, like fantasy, this is your own draft. You're drafting the players.
Exactly, for sure.
So I get it. How many teams are in your league?
12. I can't do 10 teams. It's just like not competitive. You need to know your stuff.
Got it. Okay. And how many leagues are you in? Over or under 5?
I'm in 2.
You're in 2. Okay.
Yeah. So just to let you know, I think we gotta book this one. The 2024 NFL Draft is in Detroit.
Woohoo! In Detroit.
Yeah.
2024 NFL Draft. Let's call it right now. Big Ree, right now. Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Are you in? Is
it?
The end of April.
End of April? Are we going to have our...
No, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Well, who knows what's going to be in, but I mean, if I'm in, like 90, obviously something happens, you never know, but are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Cameraman, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up! Thumbs up! All right, so...
Yeah.
You know, we can try to play. I mean, obviously things happen, life happens, so we don't have to be committed. But I think I'm in for that. I've always wanted to go to a draft, and that would be Detroit. That would be we've been talking about Detroit.
Yeah.
We're probably going to go this year anyways for one of the games. So
yeah.
But I'm in. All right.
So that follows us up with the question of the day. So
the question of the day, Big Ree. What's the question of the day?
I'm pretty active on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Ooh.
So there was a tweet. I don't know if you still call it a tweet, but a message.
Okay.
On there saying a European airline is now going to try out an adult-only section, so you're away from the kids. But you have to pay more. So the question of the day is, how much would you pay more to sit away from kids?
So they're saying they're going to have an adult-only section.
18 or older.
And so there's going to be no babies, no toddlers crying, and interrupting your long-distance flight. I'll be honest, I have not had a really bad experience.
Okay.
I've not had a really bad experience, but it's actually funny that you bring this up, actually. So, wow, it's crazy that you're bringing up this question. Okay, so everybody, I said earlier I had to be out of town last week for a family emergency, so I was on a flight. So 2 notes on that flight, first of all.
Going there or coming back?
Going there.
Okay.
So going there, I was sitting in a middle seat, okay?
Okay.
Which is because I literally booked a flight I booked a flight at like 4 in the morning. Yeah. And I had to just get out of town. It's just, I don't want to get into that, but booked a flight. So I had to just, whatever was left over on that flight, I had to take that flight. And I kid you not, there was a kid behind me, probably like a 4, 5, 6-year-old kid, kicking my chair.
Oh man!
It's kind of like one of those Instagram videos.
I think Harry B sent this us in one of our groups.
Yeah, and that literally happened to me.
Oh man!
So I'm trying to sleep because this is like a 6 o'clock flight, right? And I'm trying to just get some sleep and I literally I'm like this, and boom, I'm just like feeling the kicks, and I'm like, I know it's a little kid, right? So like whatever, it's not. I'm just gonna leave it alone. It's not a big deal. And then it just kept going and going. And then I swear at one point I was like, it just kept going and going. And then boom, it just kept going. And I was just ignoring it. Then I think I was in a deep sleep. And then it just kept kicking. And I got pissed. I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, and I went like this. And that was it. But that did it. There was no more kicks after that. Good. I didn't need to say anything. But it's kind of funny that you bring up your question of the day then. So I would probably pay, if let's say like it's a $400 flight, I'm paying maybe a 15%, 20% premium.
Okay.
I would go from 4 to like 500.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Not more than that.
Yeah.
But I've not had that many issues, right? But like if it's a long flight, 5 hours and above, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe 15, 20%. What about you?
I don't think I would pay more than $30.
$30.
I haven't had issues, and like when you're on flights, either you should just have a podcast or something with headphones on, and then that's it, or have a movie if you're on a long flight.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal personally.
because we haven't had the experiences, but the airline's probably trying it out because they got so many complaints about this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but you know, there's a baby. It just is what it is.
Yeah,
what are you
there's gonna be babies on every flight.
Babies got to travel.
I'm just used to it. Like if they cry, they cry. Well, this is what it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know if I'm paying that much more, but it just depends.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting on flights? I don't know who does this, and comment below. Like, I want to know if someone's actually willing to pay if they're gonna pay extra for an adult-only section. And all that means is you're sitting with adults, boys and girls. It doesn't mean adult-only section. I know people are thinking something else. It just means you're sitting somewhere else. That's all it is. But every time I walk on a plane, and you walk into the gate, and right when you walk in, you see the stewardess or the hostess, whatever, and then you turn, right, and you go down that lane, and you see that business class or that first class right there.
Yeah.
And I always stare. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think I've only sat in first class once. Okay. For me, the value is just not there, right?
Yeah, I kind of agree.
It's just not there to pay that much more. But I walk in, and I'm always fascinated and just looking at the different people that are sitting in first class, and in my head being like, who the hell is this person, or what does this person do? Or like just looking at their vibe or their energy. They're sitting in first class and they feel like, they're so cool, and they're like, I don't know. I just, kudos to them, right? But I'll tell you this, I there's nothing like me. I'm always looking around at the first class.
One of my friends, he's going to Pittsburgh for the Niners game.
Okay.
And he's flying first class.
To Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
And he's flying first class
class.
I mean, shout out to
this Friday.
Shout out to your boy who's flying first class to Pittsburgh. I mean, I guess it's nice whenever you can. I mean, nobody can argue that sitting in first class is a better experience than sitting in coach. I mean, there's no argument there. It's just what's the value, right? I mean, I know a lot of people say you just wait to the last minute and then you can sometimes get a good deal. You try to get an upgrade.
I think if you're gonna do it, you do it early. Like I'm not the one who waits, but if you're like the one that okay with sitting in economy, and then like if you upgrade, cool, then But
okay, I feel you, but I don't see the value for the most part unless it's maybe a 10, 12, 15-hour flight.
Yeah, it has to be.
And the value is not. It's not that. If there's value, then I would do it, right? But otherwise, I'm just an ordinary Joe, bro. I like to just sit with the people and enjoy the flight. That's it, man. But that's crazy that you brought that up, and I've had this experience. But when you walk in, are you looking at people in first class?
Not really. I'm just trying to get to my seat and get to my vibe.
That's fair. And actually, on another note, on the flight when I was leaving, on my flight there, I think I was sitting like 11B or something, right? I was sitting in the middle aisle. I go there, put my bag up, but I see somebody sitting in my seat, right? But I put my bag up, and then I'm like, let me pull out my boarding pass, and I'm like, I'm in 11B, and I'm like, that's my seat. The lady in my seat. It's like, mine's just like 6:30 in the morning. She's like, no, I'm 11B. And I'm like, no, that's my seat. She's like, no, I'm 11B, right?
Did she show you a ticket?
She showed me her ticket. She's like 11B, right? And it said 11B. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I have an 11B seat, right? And then she after 5 seconds, she pauses and she realizes that she's on a connecting flight. So she's looking at her boarding pass from the second flight, not the first one. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she was in the wrong seat. She got up, and apologized, and that was fine. She got up, no issues. But
Yeah, that's happened to me before. I was just gonna call the flight attendant.
At this point, there's no need for me to argue with her, right? I'm just gonna call the flight attendant and let them deal with it. I'm not getting paid to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people, you fly economy and coach, and there's some rough people, and so 6:30 in the morning, I'm not trying to do. And I told you, I'm already not going. This is not a vacation. I'm going there on a family emergency. I don't want to deal with it. But it got settled. I actually had a question of the day too, Big Reed, but we're kind of
cutting it.
The BS talk went a little bit longer than expected, so I'm gonna save it for next week. It's a good one. It's a good one. But okay. Anything?
Get into the picks that everyone's waiting for.
Actually, real quick, before we get into the picks, real quick, I got a piece of Lotus Biscoff cheesecake right here. Somebody special brought this to me today because my birthday is coming up.
Yeah.
And they're going to be out of town.
Yeah.
And just so you know, it's not a significant other. When I say it's a special somebody, I don't want to be getting calls from, family and friends that are watching, this video saying, wait, what's going on, Ace? Da, 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 da. It's not a significant other. It's actually a good friend who's a chef.
Maybe I'll post some pictures on our X and Instagram.
You should. Let them know. But we have a good friend that's a chef. And I would say their name, I don't know if they want, but I'm not going to say their name. But I remember maybe months ago, this came up about like Lotus Biscoff cheesecake. And I was like, well, why don't you ever, And I just remember mentioning it to them like, oh, next time you should try to make a Lotus This person makes really good like sweets, cakes, cheesecakes, pies, like unreal, like stuff that you're legitimately gonna pay for.
Yeah.
And so they surprised me today. They're gonna be out of town with a Lotus Biscoff cheesecake.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I cannot wait to enjoy it. They're like, oh, you can even eat it on set. I'm like, no, this is too good for me to eat on set. We'll take some pictures and eat it on, I'm gonna enjoy it probably after the video.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you very much. And so,
without further ado?
Yeah, without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. Game 1. We got UNLV at Michigan. Michigan is a 36.5 point favorite. UNLV 1-0, coming off a 44-14 win versus Bryant. Real quick, Big Ree. Real quick, I have to do this. $100 right here. If you know what city Bryant University is in right now, $100 for you right now. Here it is. That's it. Cash money. That's yours to keep. Right now, Big Ree.
Well, let me think.
Big Ree. This is all you right now. We can't hold up the show. You got 5 seconds, real quick.
All right.
4, 3.
Give me 10 seconds.
I'm not gonna give you. This is $100 on the table. You either know it or you don't. 4, 3, 2,
North
1.
Carolina.
Nope. You got the state wrong. It's in Smithfield, Rhode Island.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get that.
You weren't going to get that, but $100 on the table. You got to know your geography, know your universities, Big Ree. I'm going to throw this out, $100 on the table. So they had a 44-14 win versus Bryant. But don't let this score fool you. It looks like, they had a big 30-point win. This should have been a 10 to 14-point win. This is just a really messy game. They gave up 409 yards to Bryant University, which most people haven't even heard of. Bryant University at home. UNLV was at home. This is a road game at the Big House in Michigan. They were 1-5 on the road last year. They do have a new coach, Barry Odom. This guy's the former Missouri coach. I think he was the defensive coordinator at Arkansas as well. And then we got Michigan 1-0, coming off a 30-3 win versus East Carolina. This score was 30-0 with 9 minutes left in the third, and they just stopped playing. I had Michigan last week minus 35. That was one of my picks. It was 30-0. Then they scored. It was 37-0. Right? They scored. They were on the 1 yard line. They ran it in, but I guess they called it back so he didn't get all the way in. So it was on the half yard line, and they didn't punch it in then. On 3rd and 4th down, they went for it. They didn't punch it. I was like, oh, nice. They're going to cover. Because I knew, East Carolina wasn't going to score. If not, it was going to be a garbage touchdown or field goal. But so that was a close one. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy. This guy played lights out, 26 for 30. 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But the big deal here is running back Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, they played like crap. For their standards, these guys played like crap. 22 carries, 110 yards combined. Yeah. 1 touchdown. This is unacceptable. They played really bad. And here's my thoughts here. These guys are going to both have really good games. They're going to come back. They're going to tear up UNLV. They're going to probably put 300 yards on the ground. McCarthy's going to play well. I like Michigan to put 50 on the board. And I'm taking Michigan minus 36.5. Game 2. We got Texas State at UTSA. UTSA is a 12-point favorite. University of Texas, San Antonio. Texas State is 1-0, coming off a 42-31 upset win over Baylor. This was at Baylor. They were 26.5-point dogs, and they won by 11 points. Unbelievable upset for Texas State. You got to give them credit. They played well, and they executed the game. They played well, and Baylor didn't play bad, but they didn't execute in certain points of the game. Texas State, they have the transfer quarterback from Auburn, TJ Finley. But honestly, that says a lot. If you're an Auburn quarterback, Big Ree, Auburn, which is a big school, and you're transferring to Texas State, nobody else wanted you. You're going to Texas State. That says enough about how I feel about TJ Finley. He is 6'7", 220, 255, so he's a big dude. And he had a really good game last week, but I don't see any of that continuing this week. They were 4-8 last season. They lost last season by 28 to Nevada, 35 to Baylor. Last year they lost to Baylor. James Madison, 27, Louisiana, 28. UTSA coming off a 17-14 loss to Houston. This was my pick. I upset pick last week too. They were +2 and I liked them to upset, and they lost, but they should have won this game easily. I mean, they should have won easily. They outgained Houston 417 to 334, out first down 22 to 19. But the big deal here was the UTSA quarterback, Frank Harris, had 3 straight interceptions to start the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, turnover is key. When you lose the turnover battle, you're going to most likely lose the game.
Especially when we knew it was going to be a close game, but I thought they were going to win. But 3 straight interceptions, man. You can't win games like that. Frank Harris, he's going to have a bounce-back game here. Look, they were 11-3 last season, 6-1 at home. This game is at home. Their average win margin in the 11 games was 17 points. This is a classic overreaction here. Texas State beat Baylor, and they're getting a little bit more cred.
Yeah,
UTSA lost to Houston when I thought they should have easily won. This is a don't get fooled, boys and girls. Not an overcorrection. I'm taking UTSA -12. All right, game 3, we got Stanford at USC. USC is a 29-point favorite, Big Ree. Stanford 1-0, coming off a 37-24 win versus Hawaii. But honestly, I'm not impressed with the win versus Hawaii. They gave up 350 yards. 350 yards, Big Ree. And, they were held to 3 field goals. They had 3 field goals and 355 yards in the air. Right? It's like, wait, Ace, what are you talking about? You said they gave up 350 yards. How did they give up 355 yards in the air? Yes, they gave up 355 yards in the air and -5 yards. So they held Hawaii to -5 yards on the ground. But if they gave up 355 yards to the Hawaii QB, what is Caleb Williams and USC going to do to this defense?
Caleb Williams got that shot.
Holy crap. I mean, this guy's going to go for maybe 500-600 yards and 7 touchdowns there.
Yeah, they might pull him early, though. You never know.
Yeah, that's the concern. That is a concern that if they, will the lead hold up? That's a concern. But, Stanford 3-9 last year. They did, and they are 3-9 last year, and they lost NFL quarterback Tanner McKee, right? They got this guy Ashton, but whatever. Then we got USC 2-0 coming off a 66-14 win versus Nevada. They put up 668 yards. And then they put up 56 and 66 in their first 2 games against San Jose State and Nevada. Average win margin of 40. Quarterback Caleb Williams off to a better start than last year. 73% completion, 300 yards per game, 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions on the season. And here's my thought. USC's offense is just too good. Their defense is improved from last year. You can just see it. They're at home for the 3rd straight home game, so well rested at home. And I honestly think they're going to take this game more serious. This is their first Pac-12 game, right? Yeah. They knew they were going to win those first 2 games, just a matter of by how much. They're going to take this game more serious. The Coliseum is going to be rocking. Stanford has traveled to Hawaii. Now they're traveling to LA. 2 really fun spots. Not sure what their focus level is going to be. Obviously, I said, hey, will the lead hold up? That's going to be a question. But USC is the real deal here. This is my lock of the week, boys and girls. I'm taking USC minus 29. All right, Big Reed, let's go.
All right, the first game I got is a Friday game. I kind of wanted to take a Thursday game, but there was really no Thursday games. And I was kind of thinking why there's no Thursday games. And it's because it's NFL opening day. They know the ratings are going to go complete trash.
That's true.
And everyone's going to be watching the Lions-Chiefs game. So I got a Friday game. Illinois at Kansas. We got Illinois coming off a 30-28 win. They had a game-winning field goal at the end to Toledo versus Toledo, yeah. And Kansas coming off a blowout win, 48-17 versus Missouri State. The spread for this game is Kansas minus 3.5 currently as we film. The total for the Illinois game was 58. The total for the Kansas game was 65 due to Kansas blowing them out. And I think this one is going to be much more lower scoring game. And I think both teams are going to hold it close. And I really like the under here, so I'm going to roll with the under 55.5. The next game I got is Houston at Rice. We got Houston coming off a 17-14 win, as Ace mentioned, versus UTSA. We got Rice coming off a 37-10 loss versus Texas. All the Texas QBs, all the Texas schools playing each other and it was kind of funny. This came to my mind. Former USC QB and current Rice QB JT Daniels was playing Texas, and we saw JT Daniels as our USC QB versus Texas.
That's right.
In Texas.
We were at that game. Yep,
yeah.
In Austin, yep.
Yeah.
That's good point, Big Ree. Long time ago. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
2019,
five years ago.
2018.
I think it was September of 2018.
So September 2018. Now this guy is still playing in September of 2020. Yeah,
exactly. This guy went to Georgia, then West Virginia, now Rice. So he's keep downgrading. He's it's just
wow.
I mean, he had 149 yards, 1 touchdown, and a total of 25 rushing yards. So, I mean, this guy is just falling off completely. I mean, man. I wish the best for him, but Houston QB Donovan Smith had 233 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had a total of 106 rushing yards. Houston's a 9.5 point favorite here. I definitely think Houston wins. I just don't buy Rice. This is going to be low scoring as well. I understand Texas is better than Houston. No question about that for sure. But overall, throughout the years, Rice is just a low-scoring team, and I've watched that closely. And I'm taking under 52.5. That's my lock of the week. The last game I got is Ole Miss at Tulane. We got Ole Miss coming off a 73-7 blowout win versus Mercer. Tulane coming off a 37-17 win versus South Alabama. I did not go back and forth with the stats last week because both teams played no-name schools. Tulane is on the rise, that's why they're ranked 24th in the country. Ole Miss did not lose any major players, and another former USC QB, Jackson Dart. He's the one there. I mean, this guy's solid. I'll give this guy some credit because I think he would be the current USC QB if Caleb Williams wasn't here. And he had to leave. I mean, I don't blame the guy. And no way USC is going to pass up on Caleb Williams. Yep. And I think they have a solid wide receiving core. If you go look at the spread, it's 7. And, I mean, Ole Miss is two spots ranked ahead of Tulane. Normally when that's the case, the lower seed is favorite. But they're a 7-point dog. And Vegas is going to fool everyone here. And it's really high for a reason. And so I'm taking Ole Miss -7.
Okay, that's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to watch that one, Tulane and Ole Miss. All right, anything else, Big Ree?
No, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Join the membership, boys and girls. The link is in the description. Get the bonus picks. Jump on the money train.